Out of the snow and into the fire. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Sonic 3. I'm your LP here for today, capital G, and we are in the launch base zone. Woohoo! Okay, that was a terrible idea, my apologies, but anyways. This is the final stage of Sonic 3 on its own. And the end of the stage features a massive change compared to when you play the game as Sonic 3 and Knuckles. I'll definitely talk a bit more about that once we get to that point. But for now, let's talk about the features of this particular stage. For starters, it has what I like to call the Go Hedgehog rap. Actually, I'm not even sure if it's Go Hedgehog. It sounds like Go Catch 'em also, so it could be either or. But it's a rare case of Sonic music having voice samples, at least in this era. It's the only time it actually happens. The stage features a lot of interesting obstacles, including this little, like, platform thing. Boom. You go in and out of buildings, which is really cool. Adds a lot of variety. There's the Death Egg in the background, of course. For those who haven't played this one or Sonic 2 yet, the Death Egg was Robotnik's world takeover space station device, shall we say. And the reason we're here on Angel Island is because when we finished Sonic 2, the Death Egg crashed here, and Robotnik's repairing it, hence the launch base. So again, lots of obstacles. There'll be a lot of these little, like, bridges and platforms that open up when we've hit the appropriate switch. There's going to be lots and lots of these strange bumpers that come from the ground. We also have these rotating, shall we say, platform thingamabobbies. Whee! We just stand on that and go up or down. Ouch, we have flamethrowers, of course. Watch out for the flamethrowers. They actually look alive almost when you see them, but they're not. They're automated, and they trigger at regular intervals. As an example, the switch you have to press to move some of the bridges, but usually the switch is right there where the bridge is, so you don't have to go hunting for it or anything. Also got some, also got these guys. Whee! Just to sort of zoom across. And we've got some spiky bits that try to crush you, so watch out for those too. When we get to the second act, as is true in almost every stage in Sonic 3, there will be some water that we'll have to go through. We managed to avoid the water altogether in our last episode in Ice Cap Zone. Really pleased about that, actually. Well, there's no real water passage. The water's there, but the water also signifies the bottom of that stage. Whereas here, obviously water is an important part of making the Death Egg work, so while we won't see the water in Act 1, in Act 2 we'll have to traverse through it. We also have these little elevator shafts. They'll just zoom you to different parts of the level, just because. See, these are alarms. So you trip it, you get one of these non-threatening bird Robotnik's Batnik thingies coming after ya. But because they're not really much of a threat, just go ahead and trip the alarm if you want to. It's a nice little feature, but it adds to the flavor of the level, but doesn't really add to the challenge of the level. Hey, Robotnik! Where's he going with that box? What's the box? Is that a present for us? Actually, it could be, and I don't know if it's a good thing or not. Well, of course I know, but still. Did he just blew up the building! That douche! Get out, get out, get out! Yeah, I know, that looks cheesy now, but this is 16-bit. I thought this was a pretty epic moment. With the Knuckles rap and everything going on. Hey, take that, you. Where are you going? And what is that giant ear thing? Is that Charles? Yeah. Making fun of Prince Charles like everyone does. This guy just swings around a couple of arms. After 3 hits, one arm goes away. So, no serious threat. But that's true of all the mini-bosses in this game. That's Act 1, everyone. Now, you notice there's 2 other boxes. Why are they there? Well, play it with Sonic and Knuckles and find out. Anyways, as I said, we got some water traverse. Sometimes it'll be for brief instances. There's a more prolonged segment later on. And there's no more alarms. Everybody knows we're here now, so... yeah. Not much else to say. I feel this LP's gone very, very well. I won't say it's my best run through Sonic 3, because I have no def run this game before, but... we just gonna switch just because I can. Just to see what's here. I've never actually gone this way. So maybe I'll see something a little different. Try and mix it up a bit for this playthrough. Oh, it didn't mix it up that much. Ouch. Like, I know these traps are there. Why am I getting hit by it? Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Be careful there. I don't have any rings. Yep, robotic monitor. So just run up without spinning. And then we have to go through here. Little secret passage. A lot of the secret passages are actually pretty easy to spot because they all have this, like, tunnel thing going on. Once we flip that switch, we can continue onwards to the stage. Now I'm just gonna skip the spring that sends us back because I think there's a goodie this way. Oh no, just another route. I mean, although I haven't tracked one down here yet, there are quite a few... oh, nice, lamppost. There's still quite a few special stage rings to be found in this stage, in this act, Act 1 and Act 2, like. So even up to this point in the game, you still have a chance to get Chaos Emeralds if you have not gotten them all already. Ooh. Again, we got a ring box and a Robotnik box. I think this monitor is actually something different when you connect it to Sonic 3 and Knuckles. I'll have to check that out. Watch out for these lasers. Watching out for lasers, watching out for spinny spiky dudes. And we're all good. That wasn't supposed to happen. Just my momentum kind of died up there. Anyways, there's actually quite a lot to see in the stage if you take the time to explore. But if you go to the stage normally, the time limit will not come into play, of course. I bring it up because this is one of the larger levels. Not quite as large as anything in Carnival Night Zone, of course. And here's one such special stage ring, by the way. Again, look for those purple tunnels. And now this is the underwater section we have to traverse. So I have to be very careful here. And I have to be really careful because I've got 100 rings. So I'm going to take my time here. There's no air supply to speak of, but it's not a very long segment either. There we are. Yeah, I just let it go, but you could jump out if you wanted to. I wanted to get up here so I get the shield, so that's why I went for it. Water shield. Definitely handy in this section of the game. Now, you see those blocks at the bottom right? You can only traverse through that if you're playing as Knuckles, and that's with the Sonic and Knuckles cartridge as well as the Sonic 3 cartridge. Just so you all know. Yeah, again, if you have enough momentum, you can get up there. There's a few more rings, but This is the bit we care about. Robotnik battle. Now, don't be deceived. There's a cannon here. There's a cannon, so watch out for the cannon. It'll shoot from either the top or bottom barrel, usually alternating. And sometimes the cannon... Oh, sometimes the cannonball will roll, and sometimes it'll fly. So, ouch! I wasn't paying attention, so I took a hit there. Now, I don't want to use my supersonic here. I really don't, because otherwise I'll have one last segment to do here. This bit, and I'm just going to eat up rings for nothing. We actually get to ride the pod. Robotnik's pod. What? Knuckles? Somebody thinks they're badass. Somebody thought they were badass. They put that in just to emphasize the fact that Knuckles is actually really, really strong. It's probably the only way they could have translated it into this format of game anyways. But as you can see, the Death Egg is launching. And we've made it to this little platform here, and Robotnik again with a new thing. And this is actually a pretty impressive looking machine. It's got double lasers. There's a spiked orb orbiting his pod, so you have to be careful when you go to attack him, otherwise you'll hit that and take a hit and take damage. I'm not wasting any time with this. I'm gonna spam. It's the end of the game after all. After 4 hits, the first laser pod blows up. After 4 more hits, the second one blows up. And then with 1 more hit, the third pod blows up. But do we declare victory? Not quite. This is Sonic 3 after all. We have one last battle to take care of here. Whoops, I missed him. Supersonic jumps really, really high, so it's tough to control the jumping arc sometimes. Yeah, this little suit. Whoops! This suit can do something unique. It can actually knock you out of super. It's probably the only Robotnik device to ever damage Sonic when he's in super. The problem is I lost a lot of... Oh no, what happened? I bounced into his spikes after the supersonic wore off. Final boss struggles. I hate it when that happens. So yeah, just so you don't have to see the whole thing over again, I'm gonna cut here and resume it here. That was a rather embarrassing loss. So here we go again. This time no super, 1 ring. Let's go for it. It's actually a bit easier to hit when you're not super. Just have to time your jumps to land smack on that yellow dot without falling into his hands. His attack pattern is actually really simple. He'll try to grab at you from each side. Then he's going to go under the platform, try and damage you with the spiked roof, and then fly off. So all I have to do is make sure I'm not in his flying arc this time around, and everything should be alright. In terms of last battles, it's pretty easy, but you have to be very careful on when you time your attacks. Because otherwise you will take a hit, and sometimes the rings will fall off the platform here, so you won't necessarily have a chance to reclaim them. Almost there. Going much better than the last time. Now for anyone who's like, I fought this before playing Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Yeah, if you play Sonic 3 and Knuckles, this battle does not happen when you're playing as Sonic or Tails. Only if you're playing as Knuckles. Or if you're playing Sonic 3 alone, you get to do this! I just got a 1-up for beating Robotnik at the end of the game. That's right, that's the end of the game. Somehow destroying that causes the Death Egg to detach the platform and fall back to Earth. There it is, it's burning up in the atmosphere. It's falling to pieces. And boom! Thumbs up from Supersonic. So yes, that is the end of the single player game of Sonic 3. A very, very anticlimactic ending. Heck, way back when I first got the game and I first beat it for the first time, I thought it would be very anticlimactic. And this is when I had, shall we say, less of a concept as to what makes video games great and what makes them average. Now, so with that in mind, everyone, what are your thoughts on the LP? Leave any comments, suggestions, ideas, opinions, pros, cons, leave them all below. Definitely would like to hear back from you all. This is not the end of our Sonic 3 look at, of course. There is the competition mode, which I will be taking a peek at. And I will be recording a time trial of the game's competition courses. I invite you all to do the same, of course. Anyone who has the means to record, feel free to, and post a video response. I'll give you more details about it when I'm ready to upload my run to the competition mode. That should be in a day or two. At least a day or two from when I upload this. I played through this game in one shot. And I will record my competition times probably just before I upload this video. So yes, the music you're hearing, by the way, I think it's exclusive. The end music here is exclusive to Sonic 3. If you played Sonic 3 and Knuckles combined, you don't get that Go Hedgehog song here. It's pretty interesting to get voice samples in the music randomly on a 16-bit game. I thought it was really, really cool. I thought it was a really cool game too, in spite of the disappointing ending. But when Sonic and Knuckles came out, and we found out we can lock on the two games, make it epic, all became so much clearer. Yeah. Game presented by Sega, LP presented by Capital G, and I will see you in the Sonic 3 competition very, very soon.